And basically everyone he could steal from on the side of T1 is going to be insanely valuable at snowballing fights.
Yep.
Let's see what it's going to be here. Is it the Flex Lee Sin? Probably not.
Is it going to be the Flex Taliyah? Probably not. Is it going to be the Flex Lulu? Probably not.
Definitely not.
I mean, Lulu is one of Faker's most played champions of all time. As that's
the boring option. No. Even he knows it. It's the boring option. I was hoping maybe we were going to see something like Aurelia or, you know, a Camille pick, and he's just going to dominate the lane again. He's going to try to punish the Snar in mini R4. Owner's going to camp the top side.
I'm still waiting for the swaps to come in, Wolf.
The Zeri moment happens early.
No, that's exactly right. Plus, it's Owner's Lee Sin. So we'll have to see whether he's going to get things going early as well. All right, here we are onto the Rift for game number 2. So, T1 did lock in Sejuani for Zeus, but to all of you who are saying, oh, put your best player on a tank, blah, 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 remember, you can absolutely thrash this lane with the Sejuani. He has gone for the Ignite here as well, and so Dudu has to be very, very careful because we've seen solo kills, we've seen Nas fall extraordinarily far behind. But that's going to be a difficult prospect because this exists on the Rift. 29 wins, 3 losses, 90.6% win rate, and that sample size is massive, ladies and gentlemen. 5.5 KDA. Owner's Lee Sin is on a complete other level. Like, I remember we've been gushing about like win rates for certain players. For example, I'll mention Deft because I feel like I have to every single day that I am here on the desk. But his Jinx win rate is something that we were going on about over and over again, and it hasn't been 90 for a long time. Owner is still sitting there with a 90-plus win rate on this Lee Sin.
See, Lee Sin's on a bit of a loss streak. The reason why Owner hasn't been able to save that is because he keeps getting banned against him. He's just not allowed to play it usually.
Well, here he is again. Extendo Beam to come down. Ssumday taking way too much damage. He's trying to spell shield incoming auto attacks, and it's not working out already. Flash and heal down for the Sivir.
Yep, and that's going to be a Sivir who is pushed away from this lane, and that's going to be a Zeri.
Karis.
Plates.
Also, Faker directionalizing. Directionalizing? Really, Atlas? His seismic shove to throw him through the rocks, which was very cool.
Yeah. And
directionalizing. What word?
Attition.
Yes.
Okay, back to the real gameplay at hand. Zeri doesn't grab a kill, but will grab a plate early on in this game, and that's speaking a lot. Now here comes the top side camp. There's no vision. He sneaks through here using a ward hop through the pit. Unfortunately, that minion trolls him, but the pathing was cool because he's able to safeguard ward hop through the Rift Herald pit there to find the angle and almost pulls it off.
Ooh, Faker might be in a little bit of trouble here. On Fleet is rotating over. There's the flash forward. Karis is going to land the chains as well. Faker's going to flash. Seismic shove. Oh, he even avoids the chain lash as well. Fantastically well done. Seismic shove missed the mark. However, Faker with his flash is able to escape.
Extendo beam blocked there, but
yep.
It's going to be spell shield down for a moment. And it is going to be on Fleet looking for Drake control, knowing that Owner was topside there. And I think this is actually a really nice call. Prio in mid to Karis right now on Fleek, looks for a pick and then just sets up this Drake very easy. Small lead here for Hanwha Life Esports in that regard. Obviously the plate pick up their bottom side for Guma is arguably more significant than usually when we think about Zeri, but it does give Hanwha Life Esports the ability to force some mid-game team fights. Like they want to be the ones getting Drake after Drake after Drake and forcing T1 to look for that soul point fight, that soul fight, before the Zeri gets 2 items, 3 items, and starts to actually become a big threat.
Yep.
Yeah, well, time is a 12-base system, and
we're
talking about years, and that's a unit of time, so
yeah. There are a lot of reasons that we should do this. We should do it in April as well, because I arrived in March, and you arrived in May, halfway between.
Perfect.
Beautiful. And also, in April, we have some time off.
12 a multiple of 4?
Oh! Just incredible stuff. Look at us doing math on a broadcast like this as Dudu and Zeus are just fighting one another. The reason why we're talking about this, guys, is because now the setup for the Rift Herald is complete. And now it's time to talk about the video game. As Zeus is going to rotate down. Extendo Beam doing a fair bit of damage here to Karis, who does have a Dragon Rage kick. Dudu with a great Naba finds Nah to one. Everybody else is able to flash themselves out of the way, and Ona's going to pick up first blood onto the enemy jungler. Now T1 are turning. They're looking for Dudu to get their revenge as they had to use summoner spells. Absurd. T1 will go back, and they will just tidy up this river, clear out the vision, clear out the Rift Scuttler, and claim their prize.
I mean, Owner is just like, all right, I will kill the enemy jungler and take the battered by some of the damage coming through from Faker as these items come online, and as he starts to get more mana with this tier, he can just repeatedly use this Q to harass without being punished for it.
Yeah. Well, that Kraken Slayer that you were talking about has come through here for Sunday. Probably wants a little bit more attack speed until he's really happy, but still, that item spike feels a little bit better than that of the Immortal Shield Bow. Shield Bow a little bit more defensively orientated. So Samdi just going to get back to work, tidying up these mini waves and looking to see whether he's allowed to take any crockery from the bot lane turret. Yumiushi though is here in the mid lane, looking to try and grab some plate gold. Should be able to do so. Kareth gets himself a wild growth. And Kerry's going to say, why did you take my ability? It's very, very rude. Vista looking for an opportunity here over the wall, but he's not going to find it. Had the Hex Flash available. Didn't really find himself an opportunity that he really wanted.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Owner and Carrier are here a little bit early, as Zeus is still a long way away. Not going to be going for any sort of dive or anything like that. Walking over a ward here as well, as Owner and Carrier are going to back. Dudu could potentially throw a drill into that brush, and does do so.
Might actually...
Oh dear, this may have killed him.
Yeah.
That's very, very sad. His flash just came off cooldown right at that second, and so did have the opportunity to flash away. That crush wasn't enough.
Yeah, if that...
that felt real dicey.
If that Sonic Wave hits, Owner gets a kick on him, and he's probably dead.
Yep.
Just out of range, unfortunately. As, man, Faker is just starting to bully the Sylas now.
Yeah, he's got his crown completed. Does have that extra safety if he does happen to get abducted, perhaps.
Now, this game looks so different from last game because T1 are playing around a composition that needs to scale up well, and Zeus is on the tank, and despite some resources being committed to the top side for him, hasn't led to him snowballing this lane out of control or anything like that.
Yep.
So it's a very different game, but T1 still have a pretty massive tempo lead right now. Getting that second Drake, putting themselves at a 1.5 thousand gold lead here, getting the crash in mid, that Rift Herald fight going there. This means that their comp is doing way more than most Zeri comps do, actually, at this stage in time. And it looks like they're the stronger early mid-game team, even though normally, traditionally, it's the Sivir comp that actually has that power here. Just T1 showcasing how strong they are as a team, even when the enemy has the answer.
Yeah, and do you know what it feels like to me? It feels like it's the Owner Lee Sin comp is what does it. That's sort of how it works out. That's how they get that extra control. As here we've got a bit of a battle brewing, as Karis looking for an angle for this Glacial Prison, but they're getting zoned away. Faker with so much control of this area. Zeus finds the Glacial Prison. There's the seismic shove as the Viego tries to get out, but he just can't. Now Owner's looking for the Q. He'll, of course, get it, but he gets walloped underneath the turret. Beautifully played by Dudu. He is going to get punished here, as Faker can just throw some rocks through, but oh, can he? All right, so they do manage to take that one. Faker goes golden. Samdi has great use of his spell shield, and they will be able to finally pick up that kill as well, as T1 will take Shirley.
A little bit flashy here for T1 of a take on this Herald. In fact, they're going to have to let this one go, it looks like here. Guma on the edge here, and Keria used his ultimate earlier on, used his heal.
Well, Hook is going to connect here as Karis is going to land the chains, and Gumayushi, he just thought he could dash over the wall, but he was staying there too long.
Probably should have just flashed that one as, oh no, the Herald is going to get dropped of aggro for just a second. We'll be able to maintain the pull here though, and are going to be taking this one away. So Dudu is just like, well, if they are going to be this crazy, if they're going to be this all in on me, I'm actually going to be a hero. Turns that one around so beautifully.
Yeah, I saw the Naba Wolf and I was like, but it's not, and then I looked over and I was like, but it's Owner, so he's definitely going to be able to do this. And then, no, as it turns out, still.
It's crazy how many resources are committed and they still don't trade up on that part of the map. As the engage here is beautiful. They take out on Fleek. Dudu is pushed back. You could just take the Herald here, but no, we got to be showy, right?
Could, should, you know.
Yeah. Just because you might be able to doesn't mean that you absolutely should try to force this. As then Faker gets walloped and knocked up. Yes, Dudu gets killed, but Faker is left out to dry here, even though Keria commits heal.
In the meantime, OnFleek is going to head up towards that top side and kill Faker in trade for the Dragon. Some happy gaming is ensuing here as we are underneath.
It could become sad very quickly.
Gold lead. Yes, indeed. Dudu going to hop away as Keria and Ona were in the vicinity. T1 will take this out of turret. Zeus is extraordinarily tanky. Q connects, of course, and Vista is well and truly dead. T1 going to prove to us that they are still in the lead. As Glitter Lance goes wide, OnFleek looks for a stun, doesn't get it. Zeus very tanky. As Ona will land the Q. Paying a lot of respect to the position that OnFleek could be in. As Hanwha back away.
But there's just no objective to fight for, so...
Yeah, it's just that they're fighting for fighting's sake.
I mean, the one objective to fight for, of course, was defending the mid-turret, but they were trying to find a little bit more information. Trade up for them in terms of crucial objectives, despite that top side play. So it's a turret for a turret. But T1 still walking away as the dust settles with the big advantage. Not as big as it used to be after that really odd scuffle on the Rift Herald.
Yeah, but if you're a T1 fan, don't be too worried. There is still a Zeri in this game. She is 1-1-2 and on even farm with this Sivir and has a turret lead and a gold lead. So yeah, everything's fine. T1 at this stage. However, if they make any more whoopsies like this, things could become a little bit more problematic. As now T1 pushing up here in this mid lane in the 4v4. Mid laners farming on opposite sides of the map. Faker, no teleport available, of course, has elected for the Ghost, but Karras has his on cooldown. He will take this out of turret, and Faker's looking for his. Q connects here onto Dudu, who's just throwing drills around, and now Zeus is sort of alone underneath this one. There is a Gnar into the wall. Ona is going to turn up. OnFleek has to get himself out of here. The Ignite's still ticking down as Ona finds yet another one. Safeguard to find Sam D, and they are tidying everyone up. Ona is too good, Wolf. He's just too good at least in.
He's just too good. Now, he did set the chains in motion for that disaster that happened on the top side. But you know what? He's just going to make up for it. Everything before that moment was amazing, and everything after that moment so far has been amazing. And that's going to be a successful defense of a turret and a Baron take on spawn here for T1. 3 members of Honor Life Esports still in the death chamber as this Baron goes down. And T1 just will be able to set up successful defenses of objectives. You see what happened with the Nautilus?
To thinking that they might be able to win a fight, because T1 finding a team fight at 19.5 minutes in the game feels a little bit poignant given T1's history with Baron, as that seismic shove was beautiful. The follow-up here from Zeus as well. Winter's Wrath not going to connect, as OnFleek does make it into the camouflage mode. Faker has to flash to get himself out of the way here, as there is the flash now. Lands onto 2. Zeus able to arctically assault away though, and somehow T1 all survive.
Yeah, they all survive here. The push is staved off for now, and some flashes are expended. Faker and Keria losing both of their summoner spells, but they could just wait for the next wave and siege it up again.
Yep, here we go. Zeus is just dashing on forward. Ona is going to be able to pick up the kill onto Karras after a little bit of time here. Breaks his stopwatch afterwards, and it's going to be Gumayusi that's given the kill credit for that one. 3-1-4 now on the Zeri. Weren't we just talking about it being 1-1-2? Zeri things.
Just Zeri things.
Yeah, just Zeri things.
Who needs to upgrade boots?
Not
Zeri.
She presses R to get boots. That's what champions do now. Zeus, can you just Arctic Assault out of that? Yeah, I guess you can. No worries there at all. Faker with the Weaver's Wall to come on through here is now Hanwha Life Esports is not where you want to be. Ona's underneath the turret, but of course that doesn't matter as he safeguards his way out. Gumayusi picks that one up with a last-minute Q. And this is just starting, it's really starting to look like the Harlem Globetrotters now, Wolf.
Yeah.
T1 turned this game into what looked somewhat competitive after that Herald fight into completely unwinnable at all in any way after that.
And anymore, when the pieces are falling apart like this and the Narbar isn't there and Baron is up, the siege here from T1 is amazing. And it just continues. Like, we're going to watch this whole thing, I guess.
Meanwhile, in live, OnFleek's dead. I did have a little bit of a look at that, but Vista's dead as well. It started off with Ona missing a Q. He got very upset about that, so he killed 2 people, I think is how that one went. Meanwhile, Dudu is just trying to forget about the woes of the top.
But the Sivir doesn't get any power, doesn't get any value. We're seeing the value of Shirelia's for Keria be much more important than Sivir's ultimate here. And the tempo lead that T1 had so early on now allows them to stomp 10,000 gold ahead. Guma takes an item lead here with 2,700 gold. He has an advantage right now. And this game has all been about Owner just limit testing. It's just his testing room, his training room.
I think, do you know, like, actually that's how T1 outdrafted Harmalife Esports. They picked Lee Sin. And actually the rest of it is entirely irrelevant.
In this game, yeah.
Yeah. He's just too good at this champion. I think this is a phenomenal showcase of, I mean, yes, the T1 draft, absolutely playable, totally fine, but Harmalife Esports as well, they've got a great one. But unfortunately, the fact is, we have nameplates, and the Lee Sin has Owner written on it, and therefore it's like, oh, well, I guess we lost.
Yeah, and this is why top teams against T1 just do not let this one go through. They'll allow T1 to have even stronger and more meta picks. Lee Sin is on a 9, I believe, game losing streak because Owner has had it banned against him every time.
Yeah.
When it's not, guess what? I think the streak is over.
Yeah, no, I have a feeling that Lee Sin might be winning a game. 100% kill contribution so far. As, yeah, these rocks are really starting to hurt as Faker is throwing them over. I'm very used to them being icicles, as everyone does like using that particular skin. As T1 have set up a bit of a gank brush here. Karis might just die. There is the Glacial Prison. As he is going to go golden for a moment. Faker off to the side, looking for Dudu. Seismic Shove is good, pushes him back towards the wall. No one dead just yet, but Zeus can tank for about forever. The Sivir will fall down. Gumushi picks up his double, make it a triple. Will he get another pentakill? It's a quadra at least, but where did the Silas go? He's going to be teleporting. He's trying to get out, and there's the kick to the back of the head. How dare you deny the pentakill? As Gumushi will find a penta in the previous series. He played the Zeri, and then a quadra kill in this one.
I really like the script writers and the director of this game just really metaphorically showing that, yes, Guma did get a quadra kill on Zeri, but it was actually the Lee Sin the whole time. And how Lee Sin gets the 5th and final kill for the ace there, the director is really symbolically showing that he will pick up POG despite the quadra.
Yeah.
It's just so beautiful.
It's not penta denial when he deserves it. Absolutely. Vista is just going to be taken down here. Faker picks up that kill. The Nexus is going to follow suit. T1 utterly dominant in this game, and it's exactly what we asked for from the squad that still has a very small chance of locking down that first place if Gen G do falter. And they could still, of course, win the LCK in summer. They are still very likely to head towards round 2 as well, as T1 just showing that they are not to be written off.
Certainly not. A 2-0 victory was what the fans wanted tonight. That is what the players wanted. That is what everything in this organization is. That you have to 2-0 tonight to bounce back.